Welcome to the land of fire and ice, Iceland, a place teeming with curiosities. Perched on the edge of the Arctic Circle, this land is an intriguing juxtaposition of fiery volcanoes and icy glaciers, an evidence to the forces of nature. Our journey into the Icelandic marvels begins with curiosity number one, the unique geological features of this island nation. Born out of volcanic eruptions under the sea, Iceland is a young land in geological terms, with landscapes that are a constant, breathtaking reminder of the Earth's raw power. From geysers spurting hot water into the frigid air to the bubbling mud pots, it's a place where the ground beneath your feet is alive and ever-changing. The second curiosity revolves around the origins of its name. Despite its icy moniker, Iceland is not entirely a land of ice. The misnomer dates back to the first Viking settlers who named it Island or Iceland, perhaps as a deterrent to others seeking to invade their newfound home. Moving on to curiosity number three, we have the region's active volcanoes. Iceland is one of the most volcanically active places on Earth, with around one eruption every 4 to 5 years. The land is a living, breathing entity, its surface reshaped by the constant push and pull of tectonic forces. The fourth curiosity lies in the presence of glaciers. Despite the fiery belly of the land, Iceland is home to some of the largest glaciers in Europe, their icy expanse a stark contrast to the molten fury that lies beneath. Lastly, our fifth curiosity takes us to the ethereal Northern Lights phenomenon. The Aurora Borealis, a celestial ballet of lights, paints the Icelandic skies with hues of green, purple and red, a sight that leaves spectators spellbound. These are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the wonders Iceland holds. Stay with us as we continue to explore the many curiosities that make this land of fire and ice a fascinating corner of our world. Moving on from the land itself, we venture into the lives of the people who call Iceland home. Our sixth curiosity brings us to the country's population. Iceland is home to just over 360,000 people, a number that could snugly fit into a medium-sized city elsewhere. Despite their small numbers, the Icelanders have been able to carve out a distinct identity for themselves in this vast, icy wilderness. For the seventh curiosity, let's look into the folklore. A significant number of Icelanders have a strong belief in elves, or Huldufolk as they're locally known. These hidden people, according to local law, reside in the rocks and hills and are a part of everyday life for many. It's not uncommon for construction projects to be altered or halted to avoid disturbing their supposed dwellings. The eighth curiosity is an evidence to Iceland's progressive society. In 1974, the country elected Vigdis Finnbogadóttir as their president, marking her as the world's first democratically elected female head of state. Her 15-year tenure is an evidence to the country's progressive mindset. The ninth curiosity lies in the Icelandic naming system. Unlike most Western cultures, Icelanders do not have family surnames. Instead, they adopt a patronymic, or occasionally a matronymic system, where their last names are derived from their parents' first name. This custom has roots in their Viking heritage, Icelandic naming. And finally, the 10th curiosity is about the Icelandic language. It's one of the oldest and purest languages in the world, remaining mostly unchanged since the Norse settlers arrived in the 9th century. It's a language of sagas and poetry, further enhancing Iceland's rich cultural tapestry. The people of Iceland, as unique as the land they inhabit, carry on traditions that date back centuries. From the people, we now turn our attention to the wildlife that populates this island nation. Curiosity 11. Iceland is a place of many wonders, but one surprising fact is the complete absence of mosquitoes. Yes, you heard that right. Iceland is one of the few places on Earth where these pesky insects are nowhere to be found, making summer nights all the more enjoyable. Moving on to curiosity 12, we encounter the iconic Icelandic horse. These sturdy creatures, small but mighty, have been a part of Icelandic life for over 1,000 years. With their unique gait known as Tolt, they hold a special place in the hearts of Icelanders and visitors alike. Now, curiosity. Hirtine, the bird life, particularly puffins. These charming creatures with their colorful beaks and expressive eyes are a sight to behold. Iceland is home to the largest puffin colony in the world, making it a bird watcher's paradise. Curiosity 14 takes us to the only native mammal of Iceland, the Arctic fox. These adaptable creatures, with their thick winter fur and keen senses, are the true survivors of this harsh landscape. In the summer, their coats change to a brown or grey colour, providing perfect camouflage against the rugged terrain. Finally, we arrive at Curiosity 15, the whaling tradition. Despite being a contentious issue, whaling has been a part of Icelandic culture for centuries. While commercial whaling is now limited, it's a practice that's deeply ingrained in the nation's history. The wildlife of Iceland, much like its people and its landscape, is a blend of the unexpected and the fascinating. Culture, they say, is the lifeblood of a community. In Iceland, this couldn't be more true. Our 16th curiosity brings us to the nation's profound love for literature. Icelanders have an enduring relationship with the written word that dates back to the country's settlement. It's a land where sagas penned in the Middle Ages are still a part of the national identity, and where 1 in 10 citizens will publish a book in their lifetime. A love for literature indeed is imprinted in the Icelandic soul. Next, we've only scratched the surface, but it's clear that this island, nestled in the North Atlantic, is a place like no other. A land where fire meets ice, where ancient traditions coexist with modern innovation, and where every nook and cranny holds a tale waiting to be told. From its fiery volcanoes and icy glaciers to its unique wildlife and rich culture, Iceland is truly a land of curiosities. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, farewell.